My first 2 or 3 years, we played in the old gym on campus, third floor, with wrestling practicing at the end and gymnastics on the side, and they had trampolines on the other side. The things that I had to do for practice, the fact that for a long time I never had even one full-time assistant, all these things I permitted to prey on me, and I had developed somewhat of a persecution complex. I think I recognized this about 1959 or 60, and I believe I changed. Our whole thing improved from that point on.
61-62 season. We were not picked to win the league, and then we lost by 2 points in the semifinals. That, in my opinion, was the start of the UCLA dynasty, because 2 years later they won the first national championship.
In 1962 and 63, Wooden's UCLA Bruins began to play on an unprecedented level, making the NCAA Final Four for the first time in school history. With momentum in their favor, UCLA unleashed a powerhouse run during the 1964 season. Relying on quickness and discipline, the Bruins went undefeated, even though no player stood taller than 6'5".
Hardly a single one of them had been recruited to any great length by anybody else. And they were all different personalities. Even though they weren't close off the floor, on the floor they were as probably a close-knit group as you could have.
1964, UCLA wins its very first national championship. On Sunday morning, he and Nell were leaving to go to Sunday church services. He said, we had no more stepped out of the hotel and onto the street than a pigeon deposited a nice one right on the top of his head. And he said, I was able to chuckle to myself and say, Johnny, maybe you're not as good as you think you are.